Welcome to our first lesson. Today, as a beginner, this is a clear lesson to take you from no-code experience to your first web page. The task today is to create your first web page. No experience required. So in our first lesson, the tools that we need include an editor versus code and a browser, preferably Chrome. The task is to build my first web page, which including setting your working directory. Second is to create a new file called about-me.html using the versus code. And third one, add the basic HTML structure. Then we must add a title to the page inside the body tag, include the following content, appropriate HTML tags and page content. The content that you must put on the page include a header, a short paragraph about yourself, and a button to learn more about me. So I'm going to take you through all these processes, and then by the time we finish, you should be able to create an HTML page. So first of all, I'll show you how to download or install VS Code. If you want to install VS Code, go to your browser, open New on Google. You type choose the first, there you go. So go ahead and open. Go to download VS Code. Then you choose appropriately. Because we are using Windows, we choose Windows. If you're using Debian, you can use this one, which is a server or for Ubuntu, and so on and so forth. If you're using Apple, then you can get the one for Apple. We are using Windows, so you can go ahead and click and wait for it to download, and then it appears here. After downloading, click the installation pack, and then next, it will install the app. After installation, come to your Start menu, type VS Code, then you click VS Code, and then VS Code will open for you on your desktop. So then now your VS Code is ready for us. Here is our VS Code ready for us to use. All right, now you know how to install VS Code. Let's move on to the next task. The next task is a browser. We do have different types of browsers. Preferably, you are using Chrome. All right, everyone knows Chrome. Just make sure that you have Chrome installed on your desktop or in your laptop, please. Let's move on to the next task. The first task is to create a working directory. Let me know if I am going too fast, close it already. So anyway, if you have any questions, stop me at any point in time, and then I will go over for you. Now the first task is to create a working directory. I will show you what working directory means. In my computer, I have this folder called CodeBeat. Inside this folder is my working directory. So everything that I'm doing about this project is in this folder. This folder becomes my root directory for the project or my working directory for the project. The first task is asking us to create a working directory called my first code. What you must do is to go there and copy the name that you've been tasked with, right? Or you can just type it in the folder. So come to the working directory. My working directory could be I'll go there and create a folder called right-click, go to New, choose Folder, then I will paste the name that I copied. You can right-click as well, and then you paste. Make sure the name is exactly as what was given to you and you click anywhere, and that is saved. So now when you go into that folder, this becomes your working directory. So the first task is complete. Do you have any questions? All right, so we have created a working directory called My First Code. Now, if you expand this, when you'll see, you click where the link is. Here is the link to your working directly. If you have to provide a link, here it is. You might be using that a lot in coding. We have created the working directly, says the next task is to create a new file called about-me.html. You can just copy the name. It says you should use VS Code, but I can also show you that you don't have to use VS Code if you want. You can just be able to create it like this, and then you come to the directory. You right-click, go to New, and then you can choose a file, right? Then while saving the file, you can name it that it's the end of what we need. But this is not working because this file is already saved as txt because of the way I created it. But you can open it again, come here, let's put this after loading, then you click on it and go to Save Us. And a dialog will open. So the name is already there. Make sure you come to the Save As type, then you choose All Files and then save this. Replace it now if you go back there. This is a typical HTML file, so you can see that it's an HTML file, but the task says we should create it using VS Code. So go ahead and delete this one. Let's open our VS Code. This is our VS Code. There's no code in there. Make sure it is empty. Go back one more step, and the folder that you created working directly, pick it and drop it inside, right? Remember that the working directory is empty as we speak. So now the folder has appeared here. So you could see that here, the folder has appeared in the sidebar. All right, go ahead and zip. Trust this order, then there you have it, and you close the first initial page, and then there you have it. This is the folder right now. The task says that create a new file, called this using VS Code. So you are in VS Code. We've loaded our working directory in VS Code. You can actually come here, right? Make sure you are in the root directory. This is your root directory. Then on the folder, because you are going to put it in the folder. On the folder, here is our new file. Click the new file. Then you press what you copy. Make sure there is no space. You see, if there's space you can't save, make sure you did not copy any space, and then you click anywhere, and then the file is not saved there. If you don't want to go through that route, and you are here already, you can make sure you are in the root directory. You right-click here, choose New, and then I need to do the same thing for you. Now we have created a file called About Me. Remember, our folder was empty after creating this. It has been saved here. So this is our file that we must create. Now let's go ahead and see the next task. The next task is add the basic HTML structure. So to add the basic HTML structure, we have to open this, which is opened here, and remember that it is empty. The way to add HTML structure in modern times is just for you to type HTML. So make sure you are in the first row HTML, and then it will show you options. Do make sure that you choose HTML5. That is the most updated one. And choose HTML5 zero point 0.6 seconds. And then make sure you save your work. Otherwise, if your computer goes off or you lose anything, you won't be able to find it. Make sure you save this one and then save it. All right, yes, so now it says we should create a basic HTML structure. We have gone ahead. Now we have created a structure. What is the next task? It says add a title, right? There is a basic title there already, but we asked to add a title. So our title can just be about me, right? So that's the title for the page. So you add the title. Now you added, what does it mean? Now, if you want to see what that title that you added does, you remember that when you created the folder was empty. Now you created this file about me, and then we put some things in there. Let's go ahead and test it out and see if the title will show you where the title changes. So if I close this one out, if I take you back a little bit, when before we created everything here, this is our file, right? It is saved as HTML file. So you double click it, now it's open, but it's empty. There's nothing in there. Now the next asks us to add a title call about me, right? So the next tasks say that add a basic HTML. So you go ahead the empty file with HTML5, which is 5, and then you save, make sure you do Control S to save all the time. The title of the document here is already given, but it is document, right? So now let's go ahead and refresh our page and see if anything it has changed, because we've added some few things now. Go ahead and refresh. So before you refresh, take note of many of the things. So as soon as you refresh, here is our title document, and we show you documents here. That is for the structure. Now you are done with the structure. It says that add a title, call this. So you copy this, go back there and double click on this one and then press our title. This asking us to change the title. So I changed my title to Let's Take M11 South About Me. All right, so you see about me, and then you go ahead and refresh your page. If you refresh your page, look at the title. So this is what the title, so every page there's a title. This is our title about me is not showing, but the file is still empty. All right, let's proceed. And the next task is to, inside the HTML body, include the following content using HTML tag. So page content, what to include. Hello, one is your name, Heather, your name, hello about me, right? So let's get started using H1 tags. So this is our body tag, right? Body start and body end, right? So let's go ahead and inside the body type H, and then you get the tag. So you remember that you have H1, H2, H3 up to 6. Each of these have got different sizes. So H1 is the biggest, and then H6 is the smallest. That assignment is asking us to choose H1. Go ahead, and after this lesson, try your own, which will create 6 titles, one for H1, one for H2, one for H3, up to H6. Right, so 6 titles, but in this case, we're using just one. So go ahead and type H and then each one. Then it says click on each one in the middle. You can copy the title you were asked to please, and then you can put it inside the requirement for him and then save. Make sure there's no space here. We have done this part of the assignment. Let's go ahead and refresh our page and see if anything has changed. Are you on with me? Hello, so then make sure everything you do, you save. So it's asking us to create a paragraph and then put about yourself. This can be hidden as well, so always remember, you can hide this one, you can expand. I'll go ahead and hide this. And then you can expand, but after you do every little thing, make sure you save. All right, I'll go ahead and expand this one so you guys can see the code. Go here and then save. Now we have put in it there, created a paragraph, and then save. Let's go ahead and refresh our page and see what's happening with more content added. So refresh, and then this is what you can see. You can now see the title. You can see a paragraph that is written about you. Go ahead and add more content to the paragraph. Then refresh, and we should be able to see this. Add about 5 more lines. And hello, we should be able to see enough paragraphs. Hello, let's go ahead and do the line. Drop the last. I could hear you the last test. Maybe you couldn't hear me. Add the button below. Button will show if it doesn't work. When you type button, you just do Control S to save your changes. Let me just do Control S save. So guys, I think you can see what I've done. Make sure you type button, and then when the button comes, put the text in between the tags, then make sure you save. So now the final task, that is test your page. Boom! You've created your first web page. If you have done all these, then you should be able to see exactly what I'm seeing right now. When you click it, it will take you to the page. From this point, you can add as many contents as possible. If you like what you've seen or learned today, please subscribe to the channel, subscribe for my lessons, and turn on the notification button. Thank you guys. See you in the next video.